is Chico Resch. You are listening to the Let's Go Devils podcast on the Primetime Radio Network.
Happy Devils Tuesday. This is Devils After Dark, coming to you live from the Primetime Radio studios inside the bunker in an undisclosed location in beautiful New Jersey. And across the continent from Beverly Hills, California, from the Michael J. Fox studios. It is Scotty of SiriusXM Liquid Metal, streaming live on Facebook Live, YouTube Live, X Live, and Twitch on the Let's Go Devils Network. Devils losing to the Panthers 5-3 tonight at the Rock. We're going to get your rapid reactions very soon. Scotty, I'm depressed.
Yeah, I can see that. It's tough times right now being a New Jersey Devils fan. Kind of not the way we expected this season to go, and it hasn't really gotten any better here. Team played a little bit differently, but same results on the board there. Lots of good chances, not as much finishing. Suspect defense, couple goals that you're like, goalie probably should have had those. It's been the recipe all season long. So, yeah, I can see it, Sam Woo. I can see it. But we're going to give you some nice Devils After Dark happiness here. I think, or something like that. I don't know. We'll make something funny up as we go along.
The problem is we can't blame Lindy right now. We can't.
I mean, one good thing, I guess, is no one will be able to hear me sing the Gambler song anymore for Lindy Ruff about pulling the goaltender. So
yeah,
there's that side of it as well. So,
we'll have to get one for Travis Green.
No boy. Well, he didn't go Gambler style today. He waited till about a minute 30, when he should. He had some different line combinations out there. New coach, new lines. Same result. Kira Schmidt in net. And we got to say, I don't know why everyone is making this big hoopla about Simone Nemec being scratched. I mean, I felt like he should have been scratched games ago, along with Luke Hughes, that these kids should be taking breaks, that they look worn out, that they're making, rookie mistakes all season long. I don't think it really hurt them to take a game off and sit in the press box and maybe watch a little. So I don't know why everyone is... Calm down. The kid's not going anywhere. Maybe let them watch and listen. Watch and learn. I don't know if I agree with their assessment because the numbers kind of say otherwise about Nemec. Also about Alexander Holtz, by the way, Tom Fitzgerald. Not sure what Holtz you've been watching all season, but I see a guy who's made vast improvement. Constantly got benched for the littlest things. Gets very little ice time. Doesn't play with a top unit. And has the most goals on the team. On a team that can't score first. Alexander Holtz has like 11 first goal of the games. I don't know, maybe give him some more ice time. Instead, you get Fitzy ripping him in the press conference. Times are tough in Devilsville. I don't know what's going on over there, Sam Woo.
He's their punching bag, Alexander Holtz.
I don't get it. I don't know why.
To tell you the truth, Scotty, none of this makes sense. None of it.
No?
You go into the season. I mean, Lindy Ruff was a Jack Adams finalist. Record-breaking season. And they've had their challenges, but why can't they play defense?
You can't hide three defensemen, three young, basically rookie defensemen. This is Kevin Ball's first full season. Luke and Nemec.
I thought Ball was awful tonight.
He wasn't very good. Say that. So you can't hide three of them out there, especially in Lindy's system. It's just not going to happen.
So what should the Devils do now?
They need some friggin' defense and a solid 1A goaltender, not a 1B. They need a 1A goaltender in the offseason. And they got to fix this defense. Whatever they do, they got to fix it. Dougie's going to come back. Okay. Luke and Nemec aren't going anywhere? Fine. But Brendan Smith, Colin, I can't hit the net. Miller. Did you hear Dano on the broadcast when Colin Miller he's like, it's amazing when you actually get the puck on the net. Yeah, because usually Colin Miller's like 8 feet over the top of the goal instead.
Kind of reminds me of Jason Arnott. Remember Jason Arnott? When
he actually scored.
No. When he came to the Devils, he couldn't hit the net from the point when he was on the power play. But eventually they figured it out. You know what he did? He took off 10 miles per hour on his slap shot. And think about Jack Hughes' goal. The first goal of the game. He just put it on net. It wasn't anything fancy. It wasn't like a deke move. No, he just put it on net, caught Solars off guard, and the puck went in the net. I think the Devils should concentrate more on accuracy than perfection and trying to get, all the mustard they can on that shot. But at the end of the day, it's kind of like, shooting on a goaltender is kind of like baseball sometimes. Sometimes you got to do a change-up here and there. Because if you're going to telegraph it every single time, the goalies, if they can see it, they're going to save it every single time. This is the National Hockey League. These goalies are good. They're big, they're strong, they're flexible, they're quick, and they wear big pads as well. But I think, I think the Devils, they just need to simplify their game. I think a lot of times throughout the game, it's like the same old Devils. I feel like we're back in 2021 with the same problems.
Yeah, that's the way it feels like. This team is, rolling out the Thomas Noshicks and the Chris Tierneys and the McDermotts and, I don't think that's going to get you too far.
Well, you have your role players. You
have some, but there's a big difference between what Curtis Lazar brings to the table and what some of these other players bring to the table.
True.
With Nate Bastian also hurt now, who was someone else that would, for a portion of the year he didn't, but then he stepped it up in the later part of the year here before he got injured. So yeah, it's a tricky one. Tyranny, yeah. Chris Tierney is an extra. He's an extra, forward, fringe AHL guy. And I see a lot of you on there, but I'm sorry, I don't agree. I don't think Alexander Holtz is garbage. That shot is unreal, and it just needs to be developed. And maybe if you put him on a line without Thomas Nosek and McDermott, maybe you might see some more scoring from him. But hey, who am I? Let's rip the kid in the press conference.
I was surprised.
Yeah, I was surprised too. And it took me a minute because Sam Woo texted, And I was like, where the hell are these statements here? And it took me a while, and I eventually found them. And I was just like, oh man, what's the pressure getting to Fitzy over there? Like we were saying, must be a low count on those season ticket renewals coming in for next year.
I bet you Fitzy got reamed by David Blitzer on a conference call. I bet you this is probably what the conference call sounded like. Hey, Fitzy, this is David Blitzer. Numbers are down. Why is that? You had us spending all the way to the cap ceiling, and we're not getting any added value benefit out of these players that you got. Could you explain that to me?
Why not play Clark a game? Yeah, you got me, John.
I mean, is this season over, Scotty? No playoffs?
Yes. Now it is.
Should we throw in the towel right now?
I mean, I'm going to
throw in the towel. Wow.
I just don't think 8 points back now with 19 games to go. I just don't think it's happening.
19.
20. I just don't think it's happening with this team.
Can you do me a huge favor, Scotty?
What's that?
Can we play pretend?
Okay.
All right, let's play pretend. Can you
love
throw in
pretend.
the towel? Can you throw in the towel after the Vegas games? After we're done, so for our trip that we're going out to Arizona.
Yes.
Vegas.
I mean, they're still in it. We got it.
Yeah.
Don't worry.
Yeah.
Everything's fine. Nothing to see here.
Yep.
Moving along. Have the gift from the Naked Gun. Nothing to see here. Everything's fine. The house exploding and the fireworks going off everywhere.
Yeah, I mean, I want to walk into the mullet thinking like, hey, we got a chance at the playoffs.
We might win. We might have a chance to win the game. I don't know if we're going to have a chance to get to the playoffs. I mean, we're theoretically, you look at it, we're 8 points back now. That's a big amount of points to overcome. You need someone else to go on a massive, losing bender there. And the Devils have to go on a heater, which so far this season, they have proven they cannot do and cannot sustain. They haven't had more than a 3-game winning streak all year. And playoff teams need those. And in this last run, what do they have? Like 11 games against opponents that are in the playoff contention right now. And I know those last two, against the Flyers and the Islanders, might make it interesting right down to the very end. But the way this team is going right now, who knows? I mean, you can never say never. But the odds are definitely stacked against them. Maybe they respond to Travis Green being inserted as a coach. We saw the Icelanders struggle with Patrick Waugh. And now they're starting to play a little better. I don't know. Maybe the Devils get used to that system a little bit. And maybe they start playing a little bit better. Who knows? But, speaking from my heart, of course, I'm going to say they still got a chance. Speaking from my mind, not so much. But we'll know officially after that Vegas game, Sam Woo. That'll be the measuring stick, obviously, on this season, is after that Vegas game, which the Let's Go Devils podcast will be at, obviously. So in 2 weeks, we'll definitely know.
Ugh. Well, they got the Blues coming up, Carolina, the New York Rangers, Dallas, and then we get to our trip out in Arizona and Vegas.
We can, I mean, it's gonna be tough sledding, that's for sure. There's no doubt about it, and the Devils have backed themselves into a corner by losing a lot of winnable games. And like we said, they didn't take off on that heater this year like they did last year. where they had that incredible run and they were able to stockpile all those W's there for quite some time. So if they did have a little bit of a bender, it was okay because we have so much collateral there in the bank win-wise. But that hasn't happened this year for whatever reason, whether it's injuries, whether it's the youth, whether it's the goaltending. There's so many things that we can go up and down the line on about this season. And we have. Giving up the first goal of the game, power play, being atrocious for such a long stretch. Now all of a sudden they scored power play goals in a couple games in a row here, so at least you got some positivity there. But, for a good portion of the season, it was just not good. To use a nice term, it was just not good. So there's plenty of things that we could talk about that went wrong this season. And, that's sometimes that's just the breaks. But Fitzy is going to have to figure out who's going and who's staying. Because I don't think you could just roll this same team back out there next year. I personally would like to see a big stay-at-home defenseman on this team. I think it really speaks wonders how much we miss Ryan Graves on this team this year. I love Siegenthaler, but I don't see him as a first pairing defenseman. I'm sorry, I just don't. I know he had a nice run with Dougie, but there's just been plenty of times where I'm just like, we are getting away just barely with those two on the top pairing. I like Kevin Ball, but he makes a lot of young mistakes. Same thing with Nemec. Same thing with Luke. You put three of them out there every single night of the week, you're going to get a lot of mistakes on D. And you don't have a 1A goaltender. Your 1B is hurt. And then you got two guys that had some great flashes, but the consistency obviously is not there at this point in their development. Could it be? Yeah, sure, maybe. But right now, the consistency is just not there for Akira Schmid and Nico Dawes. So I think Fitzy really, and I see everyone's going with the Hataka. I think you guys just like saying Hataka's name, to tell you the truth.
Well, he has a consistent, simple game.
I mean, he was good in his bottom pairing role.
Yeah.
But again, how many guys are you trying to hide on this defensive unit? You can't bring up another guy that you're trying to hide out there. I mean, I don't think Colin Miller is going to be back. I don't think Brendan Smith is going to be back. I don't know about Kevin Ball. I don't know if he's the answer there. We had these three big, massive defensemen that we were all psyched about with Ball, Ahoytuk, and Mahamadulin, or however you say his name now. I think there's a different pronunciation of it.
No, it's Mahamadulin.
All right. I mean, he's not even. Is he even in the NHL? I think he's back down with the old Barracuda, right?
I thought he was back up with San Jose.
Did he come back up with the Sharks? Okay.
I haven't really.
He wasn't there. He wasn't last week when the Devils were here. Ahoytuk, you see him out there, freight trading people. Kevin Ball, he's shown glimpses of it, but there's no consistency. The offense can score, but lately it's just been a lot of good opportunities and not enough finish for this team. I will say Timo Meier is starting to play a lot better, so that's a good sign. His goal today was quite pretty, where he basically muscled his way through two defenders in front of the net and then soccer kicks it with his skate to his stick and with one hand backhands it around who's their goalie? I can't even remember. Stolarz, yes. That was an impressive goal. Give me fuel, give me fire, give me goals from Team of mine. Ooh, yeah. That was impressive. Who got the other one? It was the Colin Miller, and the Colin Miller goal was really Eric Halla. It was Eric Halla who was right in front of the net, putting a perfect screen on there. And if you watch the replay, because Miller he actually hit the net, but he kept the puck down on the ice. And as it's coming, Eric Halla just picks his skate up just a little bit, and that puck goes literally right underneath his skate. It was a beautifully timed screen there by Eric Halla. And wasn't the Jack one? Didn't Jack he had the first goal for the Devils, right?
Yes, he did. Jack had the first goal. Timo had
that one. That one deflected off the Panthers D-man. I was like, I feel like there was someone in front for all three of their goals tonight. But yeah, Jack hit the post again. Another breakaway. Ugh. Nightmares from the last one with the penalty shot in Anaheim.
Yeah.
So everything for this team is just not falling in place this year. And sometimes that crap happens. We didn't think it would, but, we got to face reality. Obviously, nothing is over until that Vegas game 2 weeks from now. I will say that. I mean, that just goes without saying. All right?
Well, thank you for confirming that.
Yeah, I want to make sure we get our points out there and everything. That Vegas game will be the benchmark for this season. All right? It'll be then that we can determine whether the Devils are in or out of the race.
I just want to play pretend that we still have a chance. I mean, technically we do.
I mean, no. We definitely do. We definitely do.
I don't think there's enough.
Very, very.
Sorry, I don't think there's enough time for Travis Green to turn this thing around, in fairness to him, because your first game is against the best team in the NHL, and then you got to play the Blues, then Hurricanes, then the Rangers, then fly out to Dallas.
But you can see with the Florida Panthers, that's what the Devils need to do. Is the Panthers used to be very run and gun as well. And then Paul Maurice came in, and they figured out how to play defense. Like team defense. And that's what the Devils really, really need to do. Because that's severely lacking, and I know that was a weak point of Lindy's system, but now there is no more Lindy behind the bench. And Palat is hurt again. Oh, boy. That's not good.
Tom Fleece-Gerald is getting fleeced.
I mean, at least he didn't make the mistake that Shiro did. Feel like hanging on to Hines way too long. Because he could have held on to Lindy. We know they're buddy-buddy. I'm actually surprised he got the axe. I thought he was going to get it through, was going to be here through the end of the season. But it was definitely time. I think it was definitely time. The team is just not responding. And now they got to learn a whole new system, which takes a while. But I like the fact that Travis Green, sat Shimon Nemec. I don't think there's anything wrong with these rookies subbing in and out and taking some time to rest. This is the longest season they've probably ever played. Definitely the most intense season they have ever played. At the highest level they have ever played. So taking them out for a game and putting them up in the press box so they can watch and learn a little and then get them back in there. and sub either Ball or Luke out because they all look gassed right now.
They do.
There's no problem rotating those guys in and out of the lineup at all. And probably be beneficial for them because I can only imagine. Do you remember when you were 20? I can only imagine the pressure they feel every night going out there to perform at that level at that age. It's got to be overwhelming. Do you remember when you were 20, Sam?
Oh, those were the good old days, Scotty.
I was getting hammered in my dorm. There's no way I was playing any sort of professional sport at that point in my life, all right? These are kids. Don't forget that. These are kids. So them taking a little breather, it's not a bad thing. I don't know why there was a big hurrah about Nemec, being up in the press box tonight. I hope Luke and Ball take turns and go up there as well.
I know
because they need it. Why is that?
The Devils content team needed to distract the story a little bit.
From the season ticket renewals? Is that what you're saying?
Hey, that's my conspiracy theory. Fitzy didn't make a move all year long, but as soon as those renewal numbers came out, they're probably like, Fitzy, come over here. Do you know what pays your salary?
Joseph Lanham performed his best at 20 years old. Okay. Touche there, Joseph. I will say my drumming skills were probably better when I was 20 than I am now because the old hands and feet can't keep up as much as they used to. So,
boy.
But let me tell you, every time I went on stage, my guitarist would screw up the timing. So I know what it's like to be that young and get up there and have to perform in front of everyone.
Remember being 20? We had so much energy back then.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, when I was 20, Devils were winning cups. It was a good time.
Ronaldo, I agree exactly. We need a goalie, and we need a big shutdown defenseman. You need someone who's really going to instill that fear on that blue line. Kevin Ball's a big guy. If he gets you lined up, fine, but you could also distract him, get him out of position, and then just, whoop, walk right by him. I don't know if he's the answer. Maybe he is, but he needs more time to develop. And again, I feel like I'm a broken record over here. When you have 3 guys on your defensive pairings that all need time to develop, there is nowhere to hide them. You don't have a Stevens, a Niedermeyer, a Danico anymore back there that you can pair them up with. And that's no knock to John Marino. We love John. It's no knock to Siegenthaler, and the rest of the defensive team. But let's face it, they're not Scott Stevens or Scott Niedermeyer. If you had some guys like that, then yeah, maybe you can hide a couple extra more rookies on there. But don't forget, last year our third pairing defenseman was Damon Severson, who's someone that the third pairing was probably below him. Even though he's butt puck and all. But that was an advantage for us last year to have Severson on that third pairing. And the Graves-Marino combo was so good. Because Graves, even though he's not going to drop the gloves and fight or anything like that, Ryan Graves can give a hit, but more importantly, he took a lot of hits as well. He absorbed a lot of shots. Not only from the puck, but just shoulder checks and everything like that into the boards. He would just absorb that all and brush it off. And then when the time called for it, he put up some points offensively as well. As one guy I still think we should not have let walked. That's just my opinion. But the goalie situation, I don't know what they're going to do. As we talked about, both Dawes and Schmid are restricted free agents. So you're going to have to either resign them or trade the rights to one of them. I came up with the conspiracy theory that they were just running Dawes out there because they were shopping them, trying to showcase them. And I don't know if you heard or not on the broadcast, but Travis Green, one of his specifications was that he has complete control over the lineup. So that leads me to believe that maybe Fitzy was fiddling around with some of those lineup cards from Lindy.
Which would be bad.
That would be bad.
Because if Lindy did not have full control over his team, that's bad.
Yeah.
But Lindy took the blame from the fans, and then Lindy's the one that got canned.
Yep.
I'm
not saying it's definite, but it sure sounds like it. If you have your interim coach going in and saying, I will only do this as long as I have full control over the lineups, we can forensic files those pieces together there and kind of make a judgment call.
Well, and if you want to be, a detective here, the same pattern holds true, which is why we're kind of a little taken back by Tom Fitzgerald's comments about Alexander Holtz.
Yep. So I don't know. This team has got some work to do now. We didn't expect it, coming into this season, but they've definitely got some work to do through the rest of this season. They better not just, phone it in for the remainder here. They got to go out there and they got to play hard. All right, let me tell you, one good thing is Travis Green's going to bench your ass if you're not out there playing.
Which would be nice.
It'd be nice. Maybe it would, kick this team into gear a little bit. Is he going to be around long term? I don't know. He doesn't have the best track record in the NHL. We all saw the Canucks go, yay! And then Rick Taka comes in, and they are like world beaters.
Hey, we talked about Rick Taka here on the podcast.
Hey, level Rick.
Yeah.
Sam Woo's favorite guy to eat crab legs with.
No, snow crabs.
Snow crabs. Sorry. My bad. What is this? Dub, Scotty, their work is now draft lottery scouting. Well, I don't think they're that far down yet. Supernova, grass definitely ain't greener. Oh, I see what you did there. Ba-doom, psh. Coaches always do better on their second coaching job. Well, we'll see, because this is like his fourth. Well, second NHL. 2 stints in the AHL, I believe. Then the Vancouver. And now the Devils. Right? I think that's what it is. I could be wrong on that. Maybe, because I know he was the coach for Utica for a while. I thought there was another AHL stop along the way too, but I could be wrong on that. R. Nunez, the problem with Graves is term. Gave a bunch of other guys some long contracts like that. Wouldn't you like your blue line to be shored up by a young defenseman for the next 6 years? I wouldn't mind that. That's basically what the season's come down to, I guess. Just eh. Max, the execution of passes and routine plays was so baffling tonight. Yeah. Codex, will this be the summer of Fitz 3.0? Yes, R. Nunez, look 2 comments down to what John Woodson just said, and that's my feeling as well on the Graves situation. Who would you rather have for 6 years? How long is Palat's contract? Was it 4 or was it 6?
5. It was a total of 5.
5? Okay.
Yeah. So we got 3 more years. I mean, why don't you just send him to Utica and just bury that contract?
Are they going to waive him? Put him on waivers and see if anyone picks him up? I mean, he's a playoff performer. He's a playoff performer.
Yeah.
Team has just got to get to the playoffs, you know? So, and he's got to stay healthy. He gets hurt a lot so far.
Why don't we send him to Boston? Palat, a first rounder.
Bring back Yager. Hey, sign him up. He'll be an attraction for the rest of the year. He'll put some butts in the seats. Although I will say, there was a nice crowd tonight. I was surprised. Even when Sam Woo was showing me, sending me some pictures from American Whiskey before the game, I was like, whoa, there's a lot of people out on a Tuesday night. All right.
Yeah. And you know what?
So good on you, Devils fans.
Well, they bought the tickets 9 months ago.
Devils legend Corey Crawford still available. Oh, boy. A 70-year-old Yager can score some. I would not be surprised if Jaromir Yager is still playing at 70 years old. I would not be surprised. What's he, 50-something now?
Yeah.
How old is he? He's got to be somewhere around there, right?
Maybe 51, 52. He was in the same draft class as Marty Brodeur.
Holy jeez. Man. I mean, that guy is something special, that's for sure. Yeah, I mean, but to me, that's what the Devils need to do. Shut down defensemen. Someone big to install some Thier. And a 1A goalie. It's something this team has not had with Tom Fitzgerald. Through the Corey Crawford, the Bernier, Vanacek has been good, but he's not that ace. In my mind. And you got Blackwood, you got Dawes, you got Akira Schmid. Holy hell, I might even go through the amount of goalies we went through 2 years ago. I can't even name them all, so. I think they were pulling Jan Denis out of retirement to come back and get a start.
Wasn't Chris Terreri like an e-bug?
I wouldn't be surprised. And starting in goal for the Devils tonight, Craig Billington making his return to the team.
And in goal, number 1, Peter Sidorkowicz.
Oh, man. Peter, I can't lift my arm above my shoulder, Sidorkowicz. Oh, boy. Yeah. Woo! Johnny Danks. Super chat. Thank you, thank you. Put in Chico. Call Corey Schneider. There you go, Insane Pollock. Let's call Corey Schwab. One of my favorite stories to tell, and I know I've told it 1,000 times, but I was at that game when Corey Schwab pummeled
Johnny
Tommy
Dice is
Soderstrom
asking a question. He says, hey,
Oh, what is it?
Sam, did Brodeur play every single game in 2000, 2003 when we won the Cup? Are you talking about playoff games? Yes.
In the playoffs, yes.
Yeah. I believe...
In the regular season, almost.
I think John Van Beesbrook did get a game in. John Van Beesbrook. And Corey Schwab definitely did play in 2003. I think
in 95, yeah, Terreri. I don't think Terreri got into any playoff games, but they definitely split time. Didn't Chris go to? He went to San Jose after that.
I think Terreri
right?
did. I think Terreri did play against the Flyers, but more of in relief.
Oh, was it? Okay, I'm thinking starts. Okay, didn't Terreri went to San Jose after that? Right? Isn't that where he went to?
T-Bone, I believe so. Was he traded for Doug Bodger? I forgot.
Something like that. Insane Pollock, Hedberg, the Moose, Max as well. Yeah. Vanacek reminds me of a new Moose, a younger Moose. That's what he reminds me of. He get hot for a little spell, come in, he's a gamer, but to have him as your regular starting goalie, that's what Vanacek reminds me of, a younger Moose right now. And don't get me wrong, Moose in his heyday, was a starter, but I'm talking about Moose when he was on the Devils. So if we could get that, and again, don't take this the wrong way, if we could get that Brodeur-like goalie, meaning that first number 1 goalie, and then you get a Vanacek backing him up, now you got something cooking there. But the Devils have to find that goalie, and they got to find that defenseman. Getting Kincaid would be an improvement. Oh, boy. Yeah, we got you, Johnny Danks.
I already read
How do we get Saros? How do we get Saros? We gotta cough up a lot to get Saros. But I think when is his contract up? I think it's not next year, right? It's the year after that. Where's Scott Clemenson when you need him?
Well, he's within the organization right now, scouting goaltenders.
Let me see here. UC, and then we'll wrap up because I know Sam Woo is a tired young man.
Yeah, I'm beat.
Contract with Nashville Predators on August 16, 2021. 4 years. 4-year contract. So he's got next year, and then he's an FA. So if you want Saros, which, don't get me wrong, would be fantastic for this team, you are unfortunately going to have to deal with Barry Trotz asking for the world.
I don't know what to do, Scotty. I don't believe in Fitz anymore. He created this mess.
Yeah.
Especially if what you're saying is correct, that there was a directive above.
Well, that's what they said on the broadcast tonight. I don't know if that's correct or not, but they said Travis Green asked for the final say in the lineup calls. And if you got a coach saying that, who was also an associate coach here throughout the season, that would lead you to believe that, possibly there were some calls coming from above.
Well,
from the GM phone.
This is how you fix it, according to Joseph Lenham. Thank you for your
super chat. Woo!
If you go to O'Reilly Auto Parts and search 1.21 gigawatts, I don't know, you can fix the DeLorean, go back in time and fix this.
We got to get back in time. That would be nice.
That's what I would do.
Mm-hmm. Listen, Fitzy, I'm from the future, okay? This team isn't going to do too well this year. Get a friggin' goaltender now. Now. Trust me.
Yeah.
No, we're good. No, you're not good. You're not good. No, Kira Schmidt was awesome in the playoffs. No, trust me. It's not going to last. It's not going to last. Nico Dawes is coming back. No, Fitzy, no. Listen to me. I'm from the future.
Oh.
All right. Well, let's wrap it up. Fitz Eagles Comcast. Oh, MB29. You mean Mackenzie Blackwood? Yeah, there you go, Val. Hire Burnett, not Lindy. I'm from the future. From the future, kid. Trust me. Well, unfortunately, we didn't even do the recap here. I don't think we needed to. It was just kind of a bummer of a game here. Devils did have a couple nice goals. We'll say that. Jack Hughes, Timo Meier played well, so that's good. Seeing him continue to recover. Colin Miller hit the net. Hey, Colin. Hit the net more often. Nemec was scratched. Don't worry, he'll be back. And he might be even a little more rested. And who knows? Maybe he saw something from up there in the press box where he's like, now I see it.
Yeah. If I put the puck on
That's
net,
what we're hoping.
Good things will happen.
Yes. Yes. Half price and a brew crew. Is that what Chris Booker is saying? Well, don't punish us, Chris. Come on, man. Hey, we gave away, I don't know how many cases of Ankara Brew for free.
8 cases
at our tailgate there. So hopefully, I know Max. I think Pollock. I think you got there a little bit too late. I think they were all gone. But I know a lot of people I see here in the old YouTube chat got their hands on a nice free Ankara Brew at the tailgate. So thank you. We appreciate that. Don't forget to join our crew. You see the little QR code there. You can go to joinourcrew.com if you want. It's where Sam Woo sends his email blasts about everything that's going on. You can always follow us on the socials as well. But yeah, tough loss at home. Oh, there's another theme of the year, the home record. But we'll see if this team can maybe, at least muster out some wins here through the last 20 games of the season under a bit of a different style with Coach Travis Green. And Fitzy, you got some work to do.
He definitely does.
Well, thank you all for the super chats. YouTube Live, Facebook Live, Twitter, Instagram, Twitch. Everywhere you can download this podcast. Thank you so much, everyone, for hanging out with us here on another edition of Devils After Dark on the Let's Go Devils Podcast Network. Talk to you soon, and turning it over to Sam Woo for the final goodbyes.
Well, we're going to have a Woo report tomorrow talking about bringing back Scott Stevens to the organization to help clean up some of this mess. I'll talk about that on the Woo report, plus State of the Fan address presented by pucksandpitchforks.com. 8:30 p.m. Eastern tomorrow. And, yeah. Till next time, let's go Devils.